What's up, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We've got a live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up for y'all right around the corner. Bulls take down the Heat in a critical battle for home court in the play-in next week. Josh Giddey with his 7th triple-double on the season. Coby White starts slow, comes alive in the 4th. Modest hitting clutch buckets. Kevin Huerter. We'll break it all down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's my guy, Big Dave. Bam! Bam! BWL Sports. Ow! Queen of the controls, one like KW. What up, KD? Pew!
Hi!
Will the Gottlieb will join us live from the UC later on in tonight's game to help us break this one down and get intel from that postgame locker room, Billy Donovan's press conference. Postgame presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Brett.
Bulls win, Dave.
Bulls win. Katie.
Big Bulls win.
Bulls win. Again. Bulls win. Do it like your Tyler Hero. Bulls win. And then drop the bomb all on their face. Tyler Hero's Denzel Valentine. Bulls win. There it is. 9th seed. Locked up. Like Akon, baby. Woo. Shout out Styles P. They locked up, baby. That's what it is. It's theirs. It belongs to them. They control their own destiny. So if they win these final 2 games against these 2 bums, against the Washington Wizards and the Philadelphia 76ers, the 9th seed is all
We're number 9.
theirs.
We're number 9. We're number 9. Yeehaw! Live it up, Bulls Nation. Oh, it's delightful.
Hell of a game.
Feels like a championship victory, doesn't it?
Hey, man. Heck of a game.
Heck of a game.
Man. Do let me tap into the players.
Tap into the players?
Tap into the players.
Just tap
into them. Because they played and did their damn thing tonight.
They did.
Who you
Shout
wanna
out to them. Well, let's start with Who's Hot, Who's Not, one of our segments brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. Shout out, first of all, Who's Hot? Bulls Nation in the comments. Thank y'all for being here. Hit that like button. Hang out with us.
Shout out to y'all.
Be hot with that like button. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight. In a celebratory mood for this big W. Can't bury the lead, Dave. You know who was hot tonight? Joshua Giddey.
Josh Giddey!
My God.
Joshua Giddey, Matt's favorite player in America.
That's right.
In the world,
He's creeping up on Joakim.
Oh, he's right there. They're neck and neck.
Hey, did I or did I not tell y'all in pregame, for those of you who watched, take the over on Giddey combined points, boards, and assists tonight.
Yes.
A measly 35.5.
Yes.
He had it early in the third quarter.
Dude.
28, 16, and 11. Efficient, 11 of 19. Hit 3 of his 6 3-point attempts. Look, we were wondering how the Heat, always a strong defensive effort team with Spo, also very tactician-wise strong defensive team. Not maybe the same pieces that had Spo and Jimmy leading them to a couple of finals appearances in the span of 4 years there, but still, it's like they'll, as you say about Spo, he'll always look to take something away, ideally your best thing away.
Yeah.
As far as game planning for his opponent's offense.
Yes.
It was clear out of the gate that was Coby White.
Very clear.
Kobe's had 18 of his past 20 games, scoring 20 plus, plenty of 30-point nights, and he was just hounded. I believe he had 4 points on 0 of 6 at halftime.
Correct.
But Josh Giddey, all the while, was finding the little cracks in that Miami defense, both as somebody making passes to open teammates and also like that back cut he had and Kevin Huerter found him wide open under the basket for a simple layup. Like
Pretty.
Josh Giddey was picking them apart through the first 3 quarters of this game.
Man, look, if you're hating on Josh Giddey tonight, you're just hating. you just hate, dog. Like that's what that is. There's nothing but love I have for the game I saw Joshua Giddey have out there tonight. In addition to the 28, 16, and 11 that he had, there was also 2 steals and 3 blocks. He was also a plus 11 out there on the floor, man. He was 11 of 19 from the floor and 3 of 6 from the three-point line. I mean, he had 4 turnovers. He definitely had the 4 turnovers for sure. But, man, it did not deter him. I think, Matt, this is the other part of Giddey. And this is what I like about this, man, because I have rightfully taken my time with Josh Giddey all season long. I told you, and I've said it a million times, I felt nothing about Josh Giddey. I didn't hate him. It wasn't like I loved him. I felt nothing. I was like, let me see it and let's see what happens. And for me, that has been the perfect approach because I get to go through it and just find out and decipher and then see it against real opponents, see it against fake opponents, see it when it's on him, see it when it's not on him, see it when he's off ball, see it when he's has less players in front of him, see how he is after a lot. Like I've been going through all that. And it's been great. And I've really enjoyed doing that because now I can start picking out stuff. It's why I picked out and said rebounding is his superpower. Hello, 16 rebounds for him tonight. And also what I like about him is his ability to forget. Like Josh Giddey, when he takes a shot and it doesn't go in, it is as soon as it leaves his hand, it's done. The play is over. He's on to the next one, meaning he's crashing the board. Meaning he's trying to play defense and get it back to his teammates, man. How many times, Matt, did we watch him affect possession of the basketball for the CHGO Bulls? When Coby would miss or Huerter or whoever would miss, Giddey was the one tipping the ball or getting an offensive rebound and getting it back to the guys and also slowing Miami down. He had a hell of a game tonight. His IQ and his confidence is out of this world right about now, man. Like, I have nothing but just love and admiration for the game. I have just watched that young man play.
Shout out to our buddy Connor in the comments who said, love or hate Josh Giddey, the dude competes. And I completely agree. That one particular back tap he had off a miss, I think it was in the fourth quarter when the Bulls were struggling to find buckets. Yeah. And like out of nowhere, Giddey comes in. I can't remember if it was Bam or somebody else, but he went up on somebody with size. Yeah. More size than him. Yeah. And found a way to bat that out. And I believe it was Coby who found at the top of the key. Coby ended up missing that three-pointer shot. But even still, it's those hustle plays on top of the stat stuffing where you're like, however you feel about Josh Giddey's game, however you feel about Josh Giddey as a integral piece to what the Bulls are trying to build moving forward, you can never deny that dude freaking competes.
Yeah, he's out. And I mean, he did this in 40 minutes. Like Billy is going to give him those minutes to play that many minutes and to still have that fire and that burn. And no, it's not because he sat the night before. He's been doing this the entire time. His motor has constantly been on and constantly with those heavy minutes, he's been producing just like this.
Yeah, exactly. And the who was not hot through the first three quarters? Coby White. Like Giddey was carrying that team while Coby, who has been this guy, this team's go-to scorer. Obviously, Giddey does everything. He's the facilitator. He's the, all the tools in the toolbox guy. Coby has been this team's scorer since Zach left. Yeah. And Coby was just ice cold, was just getting hounded. Shout out to Davian Mitchell, beat him up aggressively for most of the night.
Own him.
And then, how many times have we seen it this season, especially in the back half of it? Coby White, fourth quarter. Yeah. Bulls were like that game was getting mucked up in the fourth. Yeah. The Bulls would push a lead out to about 10. He would cut it down to 6 or 5. Bulls, it was just a struggle, a slog in that fourth. Yeah. They ended up tying the fourth quarter, 27-27. But whether it's at the free throw line or, my God, that one shot Coby hit on the baseline where he absorbed that contact and hit that miracle falling down, Coby will find ways to just make buckets happen late in games, even when he hasn't had a good night.
Yeah, man. He outstanding. I thought he was in that fourth quarter, Matt. And you're right. The Heat said, not you. It won't be you tonight, sir. And they just hounded him. I mean, coming off of pick and rolls, nobody, switched. They stayed with him every single time. And whether it was Wiggins or it was going to be Mitchell, whoever was the primary defender was staying with Coby White all night long. Oh, night. And also, I just really just tip my cap to the Heat and just how they did him and just tried to take him and make it uncomfortable for him and move him out of his comfort zone. But this is where I'll give the love to Coby White, because this is where I've said a million times, when you take Coby out of his comfort zone, I used to say this over the years, when you take him out of his comfort zone, which was shooting, what can he do for your team? You saw it tonight. They took him right out of his comfort zone. He gets to that fourth quarter, double-digit points. And, Matt, didn't hit a 3? I believe he was 0. Did he? Am I right about that?
Coby, 0 of 5.
0 of 5? Yes. 8 of 8 from the free throw line.
We talked about it in pregame.
Yes, we did.
One of those W's, man. Coby was 0 of 8 from 3, but 9 of 9 at the line.
I said it in pregame, man. I said he's going to get between 6 and 8 free throws. That is the given. He is going to get between 6 and 8. And what did he get? He gets 8 and nails all of them. And they were huge. You needed every single one of them, man. Like, that is a true super duper basketball player, awesome sauce guy. Like, that is some really awesome stuff that we saw from Coby White, man. Even though he didn't get his 20 points, but doing it in 35 minutes, still not being deterred. Of course, having the help. We'll get into the rest of the help that he got.
Mm-hmm.
Still not being deterred while he was out there on the floor to still help and provide. Also 5 rebounds and also 4 assists as well. But, man, dude, like, just getting to the line, Matt, and getting to that fourth quarter when you've got to have it.
Yeah.
Because that's the money time. You got to have it in the fourth. Josh Giddey did his job. He carried you. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm going to carry you, and this is what it's going – I'll get you there. Coby is the one that took it home for them because they needed every one of those buckets. When you saw the Heat go cut that lead to 5 immediately in that fourth quarter, boom, Bulls real quick, 5-point lead right back. They go back up by 10. And Coby White was one of those main reasons why, man. I'm really proud of how he played. I'm proud of how Giddey played. I'm actually proud of how the whole team played. Like, they really had a lot of fight tonight and a lot of effort from those guys, man. And they didn't give up, and they continue to keep coming, man. Their mental is strong. You got to give that to them, man. Their effort is awesome, and their mental is strong right now.
Strong the mental is.
Strong it is up out here.
Connor saying Coby went to the DeMar School of basketball. Game doesn't start until the fourth quarter. Love that.
I like it.
City Pet saying Coby Shuttlesworth.
Oh, look at y'all.
Gio saying Coby's shot not dropping. So he was like, well, I'll attack the rim and facilitate. And that he did. Go ahead, Dave.
I want to tap in the giant. And also, get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We see all y'all up in here in this chat right now, hanging out with us.
I believe Katie would like to say something about the likes.
Hello, 514 people watching. Hello to our new friends.
What up, Bulls Nation?
But also 99 likes. Pitiful. We can do better.
Oh, that ratio is not good enough.
Oh, we can do better, y'all.
Not good enough.
I got nothing but faith in you. You can do it. But what Johnny said right there, the Giddey cuts are amazing.
Yeah.
Facts. Those cuts, whether it was him making them or him just finding the guy who was cutting, it was perfect. But, man, that cut he put on Davion Mitchell, when Mitchell tried to leave him and cheat and stay on Coby, and he said, oh, that's what you're going to do, mate? To the bucket I go, shrimp on the Barbie. Give me your Fosters.
I mean, Josh Giddey, man, that second 3 he had in the Bulls run late in the third,
dude,
he pulled up.
The pull-up 3.
He pulled up.
He pulled up for 3.
Didn't work as well for Tyler Hero late in the fourth quarter. Oh. My God. I mean, thank you, Tyler Hero.
That was the Denzel Valentine.
If he just lays that ball in, I believe it's a 3-point game with still 40-something seconds to go. That game could have ended very, very differently. Shout out to Hero for that bad goon stuff.
That was terrible.
Look, that's always been one of my biggest, critiques on Giddey and why I was not in love with the trade.
Yeah.
Because we saw what happened in OKC, what their opponents did as far as Giddey when he wasn't handling the ball.
Yeah.
We're just going to leave you over there.
Yeah.
Have fun. We'll pick some dandelions. We'll draw a double team over here, a triple team even. Like, if Giddey, and I think it was our buddy Shy Sports Ross who I saw tweeting it, like, if Giddey can become a pull-up 3 in transition threat, then, like, watch out NBA. And this is a much different story for those of us who are skeptical of him.
Yeah.
But he shot that with confidence.
To add and bolster to your point, you know who also said that about Giddey's shot? Tim Legler.
Yeah.
When we were doing the interview with him, he said, oh, man, when he was in OKC, he said my mindset was when the shot went up, I was like, that's a rebound.
Yeah.
He was like, that was the mindset.
Yeah.
Like, he can't shoot. Like, I'm not worried about it. It has changed.
Because
he
of
grown.
The evidence.
Yes, because
we saw through our eyeballs.
And Legler said, his shot form hasn't changed. Nothing has flipped on him.
Knee buckling in and the kind of like two-handed
still a funky shot, but he's shooting it confidently. And to borrow this, Matt, from your boy, Joe Kim Noah, the shot that he had wasn't a great one, but it was a confident one every time he took that shot.
Yep.
And also, Matt, because I saved this for you so you could know it, that Josh Giddey got his 7th triple-double tonight. Michael Jordan leads with 15.
Oh, don't say this.
He has tied.
I know what you're saying.
Tied Joakim Noah.
Cool.
They are tied at triple doubles.
Cool.
Sir.
I told you not to
call
tell
me
him.
when Josh Giddey finishes top 4 in MVP voting.
I like Katie.
Call me when Josh Giddey wins Defensive Player of the Year.
I like Katie. I told you not to say that. No, Katie. Katie, I'll listen to you as much as you listen to me on stuff like that. It's going down.
Matt was on the phone when they said that stat, and I was really hoping you just didn't know about it because.
No, I saw a tweet about it.
Like,
and
I see
chose
all.
not to talk about it.
I told I'm bringing this up.
Meanwhile, Jay Smooth, hello Jay Smooth, said Pecker, real creative, never heard that one before, is an undercover Pacers fan. Wow. Of all of the,
Wait, what?
Dude,
Damn, that's random.
I cried when Reggie Miller hit shots as a child, okay?
Why Pacers, though? And shout out to you, Abby. Shout out to my man,
we got to take our first break. We'll do that now real quick. Who's not? Pat Williams. All right, when we come back on the other side, we will dive into this. Let's get into some of the role players, some of whom were in that starting lineup for the Bulls who have big games. Hit the like button while we share some ads.
Share
them.
Sunnyside!
Yes, sir.
Out of the street.
Yes, please.
Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality hydroponics in the city. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer, winter, spring, and your fall. And you're right now. So what do you think this is right now? It'll elevate it. I promise you that, y'all. It's your one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs. Sunnyside has an expertly curated menu with over 100 strains to choose from, plus easy online ordering and in-store pickup. It's Illinois' favorite dispensary with locations in the city, Wrigleyville, River North, shout out, all the way out to the suburbs, Champaign, South Beloit, and more. Shout out to you all. If you're starting out, Sunnyside has expert guidance and brands that we know that you'll love, like those Good News, right there to this guy, and Mendy's. And if you're a pro, they got you covered with over 100 strains on the menu and new ones added daily. Expertly curated, ladies and gentlemen. Expertly curated. Got to make sure they know.
Enunciate.
That's it. Because whether you get down with the Cresco or you're down with the Floracal, it's incredible quality and consistent products. That's what you can expect from Sunnyside. So visit sunnyside.shop for bright buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online orders. And set that promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Exclusive apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, bright buys every day. Only for 21 and over or Illinois Met card holders.
Postgame tonight also brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. New customers can now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 after signing up. Win or lose that $5 bet, don't matter. You're getting the 150 bonus bets either way. Just use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. For all of you hoop junkies out there, with the Bet365 early payout offer, you are a winner if your team goes up by 20 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. So download that app, and again, don't forget that promo code CHGO365 when you sign up.
Yes.
Those bonus bets, all $150 worth?
Yeah.
You can make those bonus bets on basically anything. Spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it is never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Mm-hmm.
We roll along CHGO Bulls post-game. Shout out to you all hanging out with us in the chat. Throw us your thoughts on tonight's game. Throw us a super chat. Throw us a like. Hit the like.
Hit the like.
Katie just put up a poll. Vote on the poll if you want.
Give me the like.
Hit the like is not an option in the poll, Katie.
There were too many other things to put in the poll tonight. I'm sorry.
Most impactful for the Bulls tonight: Giddey, Huerter, Vooch, and Billy Donovan.
Great option. Nice wild card right there.
Yes, sir. Well, okay, so before we get to the role players, you want to touch on Vooch tonight?
Let's get it.
Speaking of Bet365, I did tell y'all in pregame, bet that Vooch double-double because it's hitting tonight. Not only did Vooch hit that double-double for y'all, if you followed my advice, 20 and 11, 8 dimes. Friggin' Vooch had a near triple-double.
He did.
He was like, yo, Josh Giddey, I see you.
Yes.
I'm almost going to match you.
Yes.
And, you know, it wasn't necessarily that they went straight to Vooch early and often like we thought they might when we were discussing it in pregame, Dave. Vooch was quiet. He had like 2 and 2 at half.
Yeah.
Points and boards. And then third quarter comes alive.
Yeah.
He goes to work inside, knocks down a 3. Then late in the fourth, when the Bulls are trying to hang on to that lead, he hits a big 3 from the top of the key. Vooch was just like, hey, This is Josh and Coby's show now, but I'm still Vooch. And when y'all need a bucket or y'all need a board, I got you.
Yeah, man.
And how about him diving on the floor for that loose ball?
Dude, how about him blocking a shot?
Woo!
How about that? He blocked Bam Adebayo, man.
It's like seeing Loch Ness.
Yes. That is great. That is crazy stuff. Also 2 steals for him as well. I mean, he played great. This is funny because it's a typical Vooch game. We're used to seeing this from him. You're gonna get 20, you're gonna get 10, you're gonna get 6+ assists.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's Vooch. That's how it rolls. That's why I pointed out the blocks, because I'm not used to seeing that part from him. But I really thought that he fit into this well, and I was curious to see just if he wanted to be more involved. And the answer is yes, because what they're doing is getting him the ball early, and we mentioned this a million times, like you did with Luke Longley, like you did with Bill Cartwright. Shout out Will Perdue. But man, dude, he has really just elevated himself to say, you know what? I'm here. Screw it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you I'm still kind of that guy right there. And you have to credit the young guys and the winning that the Bulls have been doing, because just like passing, winning is contagious. And you want to be a part of that. You don't want to be the reason why it's not happening. You see it happening and everybody having fun. It might take you a second to come outside because you went inside because you was upset. But you see everybody having fun. All snap, the ice cream truck is out there too. All right, I'll go back outside. Okay. And you go outside and you have fun with your friends, man. And that's kind of what Vooch is doing. It was cool to see him hit that 3, then give the gun celebration. Like, I haven't seen him just happy like that, but he has been happy for the young guys and their success. But I'm happy for his success right now because he's back to being just a kind of consistent ball player that we're used to seeing from him.
French Bulls fan saying Vooch for Goon of the Night. Rob saying Vooch was out there hustling like I have never seen before.
Yeah, man.
Gio saying Vooch wants to see that playoff ball. Diesel Armstrong, I think Vooch said, get that ish out of here when he got blocked, LMAO. Jake Pollock, this is kind of crazy, but I feel like Vooch can play an Al Horford type role on a team as he ages. Worst defense, obviously. Oh, well, yeah. Guys. So the last little leg of that sentence being very important, but
wish y'all could see Katie's face.
Man. Cameron saying ball movement was super contagious tonight. I think Vooch was a part of that too.
Yeah,
Vooch has always been a heady passer.
Yeah, very
smart
much so.
Passer. Mm-hmm. He knows when to take his open looks, even if it's just like, oh, nobody's guarding me, and I got this, elbow 16-footer.
Yeah,
cash. But he also knows when to keep the ball moving. And that was another night for the Bulls tonight. What did they end up finishing with? 33 assists on 46 made baskets.
That's really good.
Team ball, man.
That's team ball. Like, everybody being involved with is awesome. And again, Vooch did this in 35 minutes. And we talked about how we thought Billy was going to see we were going to see his rotations because this was basically a postseason game for them.
Yeah.
So we wanted to see the rotations, how they went tonight. Went about how you kind of thought it would look. Lean heavy on the starters, you know what I mean? 36, 34, 35, 35, and 40. Those are your minutes for your starters right there. As far as you're leaning your minutes in the bench, 15. That sounds like Billy Donovan right there. And shout out Dalen Terry, who's the one who led him in those minutes.
Yeah, Billy went 10 deep, but we talked about who would produce for them off the bench and who Billy would lean on off the bench.
It's more 8 deep.
The answer was none of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Bulls, I believe, got outscored in bench points by Miami 30-14.
Yeah,
Dalen was their leading scorer off the bench with 6.
I was about to give him some
knocked down a couple threes.
Yes, he did, Matt.
Patrick Williams, 4 points, 2 of 4, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 turnovers, no boards, no assists, 1 steal, -13.
Hey, that's not good. That's a long time to go out there and not do anything. But, dude, Dalen Terry, dog. I really like how he played in this game.
His first half minutes were impactful, dude, in a positive way.
The energy was awesome that he was providing for them on the floor, hitting the threes. He hit the 3 at the end of the first half, to put them up 58-52. So that was big for him. The pass that he had for one of Patrick Williams' 2 buckets tonight, when he went up in the air, hit him with the split-legged no-look over there to Patrick, who kind of dunked it. But, I mean, it was 2 points. It counted. But that pass was incredible that he threw right there. He had awesome energy for them tonight. Also having a steal, that's plus money when a guy like Dalen can give you that along with 2 threes. If you can expect that from Dalen, I mean, you got yourself a stew going for a role player right there, man. So, no, credit to him and how he played tonight because he took it very personally.
And I took that personally.
Yeah, he was on point.
Sean Johnson saying the bench played like they started last night's game. Oh, wait, they did. Yeah, good point. they all had a job to do last night. And, the job was getting whooped by Cleveland, but that could have factored in. They were the ones with tired legs, not most of the Bulls starters.
No.
So, look, obviously not a great night for the Bulls bench, but Josh, Coby, Vooch, your big three, get the job done.
Yeah.
Giddey leads the way for most of the first three quarters. Coby comes up clutch. I think 14 of his 18 came in the fourth quarter, or 12 of his 18 at least. And then Vooch doing his thing. But their other two starters were their other two guys who showed up.
Yes.
Like when you were talking to pregame, Dave, who outside of those big three will be that guy? We talked to pregame. Yep. Trey Jones had a big game for the Bulls in their win over Miami in one of the two wins. Ayo Dosunmu had a big game for the Bulls in their other win over Miami earlier this season. Who's going to be that other guy? And the crazy thing is Kevin Huerter and Modest both said, I'll be that other guy. Who you want to talk about first? We want to talk about both of them.
Give me Huerter first. He said, I'm your Huckleberry. Listen, Kevin Huerter carried the Bulls in the first quarter because Miami came out on a heater. You saw it immediately. I believe they went up 8-0, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. But Kevin Huerter carried the Chicago Bulls in the first quarter.
He really did.
With the three-point shooting and the rebounding and his activity on defense. Like, he was active on both ends, but he was the one also making the sharp cuts on the offensive end early on. He was the one finding himself open for those three-point shots. And he played 36 minutes, man, as I mentioned. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and he hit 4 threes. He was 4 of 9 from the three-point line. Woo. That's what you want from Kevin Huerter. The Bulls, he has not been playing like Sacramento Kevin Huerter. He's been playing like Atlanta Hawks Kevin Huerter. That's what he has said he has been more comfortable here because they play a style that's more conducive to his game and kind of what he likes a little bit more. And it's showing. He ain't just saying it. It ain't just lip service out there, man. He is out there doing his thing. So when they were struggling and they needed somebody to get those points because it wasn't coming from Coby, it early on wasn't coming from Giddey, and it early on wasn't coming from Vooch, Kevin Huerter was the one to carry them. And then he just put the icing on the cake as the game went along in that fourth quarter.
I mean, he was the one who I was worried for a second that it might lead to a turnover, a little out of control.
Yeah.
But his transition kick out pass to Modest in the three, when Modest hit that dagger, that was one of Kevin Huerter's 7 assists on the night. And another one that we already mentioned, but that beautiful dime to Giddey after Giddey made that backdoor cut and was wide open under the basket. Kevin Huerter. Sometimes I have been like, oh, God, how's this going to go when Huerter puts the ball on the floor?
Rightfully so.
Since he came over in that midseason trade?
Rightfully so.
And yes, rightfully so. Because of evidence.
Yes.
But, he did have 2 turnovers tonight, but he also just had some incredible playmaking on top of his, I'm Kevin Huerter, and I'm going to knock down half of the threes that I take.
Yeah, man. And it was, again, they needed someone to do it. And it needs to be a role guy, somebody you wouldn't expect. It's somebody Miami definitely wasn't expecting. So even if you can say you weren't expecting Josh Giddey to get 28, they damn sure weren't expecting Kevin Huerter to be carrying them like that in that first quarter and end up with 20+.
I guarantee you, wherever he is buried in some dingy dang film room already, Eric Spoelstra is like screaming into his own void. I can't believe I let Kevin Huerter beat me tonight.
Yeah, and also Duncan Robinson,
dude,
damn, what, damn,
what did he finish with?
He was, damn, I don't know if he hit a 3.
2 points,
2 points,
1 of 6, 0 of 4 from downtown. Just a few turnovers.
Just a few.
Dude.
Just a few.
That dude trash.
He was trash. Trash.
Oh, Katie's telling us we got to knock out a couple more ads, so we'll do that now. While we do that, hit the like button. Hit the like.
I was waiting.
Just give me the likes.
You know what? This is my guy over here, Matt Peck. Sometimes Baby Joey will send me a message and he wants to be given to Matt Peck.
Always.
But this time, he sent it to me and he said, hey, this goes to Matt. He said, but I want you to open it. Open it up. It was nothing in there. Does that mean anything to you, Matt?
Was it a blank? Was it an empty envelope?
It was just a blank piece of paper.
Was it like a box?
It was just a blank piece of paper. What does that mean?
maybe he used invisible ink. Do you still have it?
I do,
Okay.
and I'll show it to you.
I'm going to need to take a closer look.
I'm just saying, because when I saw it, I didn't understand.
It could be a very important message with invisible ink. It could be anthrax. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I didn't understand.
Of course not. You never understood.
I never understood. I didn't get it.
Never understood.
Why you got to pay so much money to look so damn cool? We don't understand. Shady Rays didn't either, so they set out to do something about it. Our friends at Shady Rays are helping you get in the right frame of mind, get it, with their premium polarized shades that will not break the bank. It's an independent sunglasses company that offers that world-class product that is rated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. For over 300,000 people. Their sunglasses have got those durable frames, those crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for your outdoor. And as this handsome gentleman is going to prove to you, your indoor advencione. They got all the colors that you need and you want. They got you covered on that.
Roy G. Biv.
But guess what? But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my God! Say you were so into this game, they did something really cool that you tossed your hat. Yeah. Oh God! But your glasses on the hat. Crack, splat, drats. I am upset. Now, how do I get those back? Guess what? You got the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every eyewear is backed by their lost and broken replacements plan. So guess what? Put them in an envelope, send them right back on in, and guess it? Return more free 30 days, you get that back on your face! Oh, it's awesome. Their team has always got your back with that personal and fast support. So CHGO viewers and listeners, go to shadyrays.com and save 35% off of those premium polarized shades with the promo code CHGO. Try it for yourself! The shades that are rated 5 stars. Over 300,000 people, because it's Shady Rays, y'all. Well, the Rays are so shady.
Ooh, add an extra syllable to shady this time.
Put it on there.
I like it.
I was rocking with Katie.
Rocking with Katie. You know what else I like, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Getting amazing deals on tickets.
Yeah.
With, what time is it? Game time.
Game time. Ooh.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Gotta keep them on their toes, Katie.
He dunked it and I came behind him to make sure it was right there.
That was Tori cracking under a drum right there.
But it worked.
Yeah. Sometimes it works. Shout out to Game Time, the best ticketing app around. Y'all need to check out the Game Time Picks, which helps you filter out all the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets on seats you don't want. What do you want? You want hoops? You want hockey? You want to go to the friendly confines?
Keep going.
You want to go to the South Side, see some White Sox action?
One more.
How about theater?
Done.
How about concerts?
Let's go.
How about comedy?
In there.
Game Time has them all for you.
Yeah.
With, of course, that great Game Time Picks feature. They also have that great seat views feature, so you know exactly where you will be sitting when you're picking your seat. Exact view from the exact seat. Where's the bathroom? Where's the bar? Do I have leg room? I need it. I'm tall.
Yep.
Use that seat view feature. Also, of course, Game Time with the incredible ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Of course, also the lowest price guarantee. On Game Time, if you find the exact same ticket to the exact same event, same seat, on a different ticketing service or site for a cheaper price than Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference.
Yeah.
So what are you waiting for? Take the guesswork out of buying with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account. Use that redeem code CHGO to get $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today because get it.
Game Time.
With those words.
Oh, you asked me? Were those words?
I did.
How dare you,
I
sir?
heard Brother Forget.
I don't know if I heard words. Did I hear a jingle, Katie? Let's talk to the GOAT.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
What's it?
Joining us on that Go Talk hotline, the one and only Will the GOAT Gottlieb. Perfectly coiffed. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. GOAT. Massive W for the Bulls tonight. Locking in that number 9. Giddey. Modest. Coby with a big fourth quarter. Vucevic near triple-double. What's your headline? What's your biggest takeaway?
Bulls are back, baby.
They're so back.
I agree. That was a big win, especially like coming off of the whole like. I thought it was a little overblown, but like the debacle of the resting things yesterday, a lot of people up in arms or at least questioning the decision to rest guys in preparation for this game. If you don't win this game tonight and you end up in 10 after throwing that one away, that's definitely a bad look. Again, I think like mathematically they put themselves in the best position by doing that to come out today and win the game. I think it was Julia Poe from the Tribune who mentioned before the game that the Bulls are 4-8 on the second night of a back-to-back. So it was a smart decision in terms of like playing the odds, but it was a risk, and they really needed to win this game tonight, and they did in really exciting fashion. I mean, that was a really strong game, obviously from Giddey, who I'm sure you guys have spent the majority of the first couple segments here talking about. He was awesome. I don't think he like started the game very well, but immediately just started cutting away from the ball, getting a couple of layups to get himself going. And then all of a sudden he's, taking threes and hitting pull-up three-pointers in transition. And the rim is just looking huge to him. So that was a great game. And look, I mean, the Bulls we've talked about this for years now. Years we've been talking about the Bulls needing a primary offensive initiator that can be the guy on a good team. And, if you can score 28 points in what is effectively a play-in light game, that's pretty good. 28-point triple-double, you take that one every time. So great game from Giddey. Awesome game from Vooch. I'm sure that will be an under-discussed element of the game. 8 assists for him in addition to the 20 and 11. And you guys mentioned Coby, who struggled with the pressure from Davion Mitchell from just having a switchable, long, aggressive defense that the Miami Heat play. Struggled. I think he started 1 of 7 and then came out guns a-blazing in the fourth quarter and finished with 18. So great game for him. And that's what you want. You want the young guys to play. That was the messaging from Billy pregame about playing their young players and getting them experience in meaningful basketball games. And when you look up and you see Modest hitting the dagger, when you see Josh Giddey leading the way with 28 points in a triple-double, when you see Coby White coming alive in the fourth quarter and providing some of that closing offensive firepower that they needed, that's what you want to see.
Will, which half impressed you the most about the way the Bulls played? Because for me, it's something to be said about both halves of basketball. In the first one, they kind of had to get it together and kind of overcome the Heat, who got off to a really hot start. But you saw Kevin Huerter kind of carrying them because he's showing that he can be that other scorer when everybody is struggling. You saw him kind of help carry them in that first quarter. And like you said, Giddey kind of get it together in that second. You saw Dalen Terry help the Bulls also in that first half. And I just love the way that they kind of closed it. I believe they went on a 10-0 run to take that lead back, and they didn't really relinquish it after that. Or was it the second half? Because they came out in that third quarter, which is the quarter where good teams come out and try to run you out the gym, and they really came out and tried to run them out the gym. And then in the fourth quarter, you saw kind of Coby doing his thing because he was struggling in that very first half, but he helped kind of lock it down when you need that one guy to get you those buckets in that fourth. So which half kind of impressed you most about the way the Bulls played tonight?
I mean, you laid it out pretty well, Dave. Like, I think there's positives and, things that you can be excited about in terms of takeaways from both halves. And I think what happened in the first half informed their play in the second half. So just overall, it was a good game. I don't know that I can really say one was better than the other. I think you saw elements of things that they needed to do and accomplish in each of those quarters and each of those halves that made this feel like a productive, like high quality win in an important game. So again, we're talking about the seeding game of the 9-10 play-in. All right. So this is not like the NBA finals, but this is a big deal. And I think the Bulls really valued obviously getting home court advantage in a first round of the play-in in that 9-10 game. This also puts them in a position where the door is still open for them to move up into the 8th seed. That will take some luck from the Hawks losing, I think, 2 out of their next 3 games, and the Bulls winning their final 2 remaining games. So it's still possible, although unlikely. But I think just the momentum and the progress that they have going. And I just thought, Giddey in the third quarter was excellent. Coby in the fourth quarter was excellent. Modest hitting that dagger. It was just it was all the things that you really needed to see in order to feel good about that. And yeah, you're going to get contributions from Kevin Huerter. Billy shouted him out for his cutting ability and the way that his motion and just moving away from the ball, the ability to run plays away from the ball for him. And then, he called them relief baskets where he's just kind of creating something out of nothing after the offense breaks down. Giddey had a couple of those too, but it's just everything was fluid. And frankly, like I thought the Heat played pretty poorly. I did not think this was a good game from them at all. It was a ton of floaters. It was a ton of 10 to 15 foot jump shots. It was a ton of missed free throws. It was a ton of defensive breakdowns. It was a really questionable, if not boneheaded decision from Tyler Hero late in the game that I think, I mean, it certainly cost them the game. I'm not saying they would have won had he made that layup, but I mean, that certainly took them out of the game, especially when you factor in what happened on the other end of it. So to say that the Bulls like dominated this game, it felt that way, but they only won by 8. So they've got to come back and do this again back here in Chicago against the Heat again next week. But they put themselves in a position to do it here, thanks to, as you're mentioning, Dave, just like a solid overall effort as the game progressed. And I think that's what you want to see is like for Billy, and he's talked about this a bunch, it's not so much can we get these guys to play a certain style, but it's can we avoid the lulls of not doing it in the second and third quarter where now we're down 10 and we've got to make a comeback. This was consistent and they did go down early, but I mean, from then on out, it was just like a very solid game from them and credit to them.
You just mentioned that Billy shouted out Kevin Huerter for, the heads up plays he was making early on to help, keep the Bulls in it while Coby and Josh were kind of slowly getting going. I'm curious if, who else was showered with praise from Billy, but also I'm more curious to know if Billy offered any, constructive criticism to his guys tonight or himself tonight, what he thought they could have done better tonight. I thought they cleaned up the turnover problem from the first half into the second, but like knowing that this is very likely your play-in tournament opponent in less than a week from now, obviously Billy's not going to give away any aha moments he had to the media, but what did he have to say as far as we could have done this better tonight when you think about facing this opponent again in a win-or-go-home situation?
I don't think there was anything really that he focused on with regards to that. It's more just like I feel like they understand the formula that they need to play to in order to be successful. And we can agree or disagree with that in terms of, is this a style that can sustain in a playoff series? Is this something that you can get to if, Josh Giddey's not getting these foul calls where he's kind of bumping the defender and falling away and getting a whistle? Like he didn't really get those tonight, but they were still able to do it. So I think for Billy and the way that he's at least talked about it, not necessarily tonight, but just over the course of this second half of the season, it's about playing to that style consistently, even when things aren't going the way that they wanted. And I actually asked Eric Spoelstra about this pregame of like, the Bulls are just running so much. And I think they have this shock factor about them where they're able to get up the court and behind the defense even after made shots. And so my question is like, how do you prepare for that? And does it become easier seeing it more, or are they still able to kind of pressure you into playing their style of play? And he kind of talked a little bit about trying to take back the momentum and impose their will and their style of play onto the Bulls. And I think the more these teams see each other, the harder that gets in some ways, but also I think the less likely it is for the Bulls to kind of use that surprise or shock factor to their advantage. And I wonder how that's going to go if they play each other again in another week when the stakes are a little bit higher. But to me, if you're asking about like things that they can continue to do or things that they need to do better, it's like continue to lean into that style of play because that's how they're productive. Whenever they go away from that, that's where things bog down. That's where you run into the issues in the half-court offense where, Giddey can at times struggle creating off the bounce against a set defense where maybe you're not getting those foul calls. Maybe, who knows what's happening, but it's not going to be as good. And Billy said this before too. It's like whatever play I can draw up or come up with, like it's not as good as getting out in transition and getting a layup. So that's what they're trying to do. They're leaning into that all the way. And I think the moments where they do that, they look their best. And the moments where they're unable to do that for whatever reason, that's where things start to bog down.
Well, we're going to get into this player a little later on in the show. So I want to just give you an opportunity to speak about Modest Buzelis in the game that he had. Played 34 minutes, big 17 points for him. But I really liked what he did defensively and just where his head was mentally in the game, especially to hit that big three-pointer after Tyler Valentine took that shot. So just how was your opinion on Modest Buzelis, though, and how he played?
Yeah, Modest is great. He has been great. I think the thing that Billy said about him post-game was like he's not afraid of making mistakes. And it's not like he's out there trying to make mistakes, but he doesn't let them phase him. And I think that's a really powerful attribute for a young player who is inserted in the starting lineup because he's earned it, playing meaningful games at the end of the season because he's earned it. There's going to be times where he makes mistakes or misses a shot or gives up a back cut or misses a defensive rotation. And those are things that he's working on getting better at and eliminating from his game, but he doesn't let it get in the way of progress and continuing to produce on the other end. So I give a lot of credit to him for his approach and the way that he has just battled through this season. I mean, it's a tough season, especially when you're not playing. And then all of a sudden you're in the rotation and you've got to figure all these new things out with more minutes and more responsibility. And he's done that. And now he's hitting big shots in big games to close out important wins at the end of the year. So that's exactly what we want to see from Modest. It was a great game from him, 60% from the field. And this is not a situation where it's like, we talked about some of the other players where it's like, if they're not hitting their shots, you're not feeling their impact. And I thought his deflections, his just defensive presence was really valuable to the Bulls tonight. Had a block shot, had a steal, made a couple of his threes, got to the free throw line, and just made plays throughout the night to where he's playing for 34 minutes. And we know that Billy is going to take guys out, especially young guys, if they're not executing the defensive assignment. I think that's one thing that a lot of the fans miss is like, why isn't this guy playing more? It's like he's not executing the things that Billy is asking him to execute on the defensive end. And so on the other side of that is when you are playing 34 minutes and it is an important game and you're still out there to close, it means you are doing those things. And so I think Modest has gotten a lot better of that, just doing the small things that help him stay on the floor to where now you can feel his impact with some of the things that he can do with the ball in his hands or even away from the ball.
You've got it right. We've got to knock out some ads. So if you would give us your nominee for Goon of the Night, we will get you on your merry way.
I got to go with Tyler Valentine, your boy. Down 5, you hit it, or down 8, you hit a 3. You go back on the other end, you play defense, you rip Coby up, you have a wide open transition layup that cuts the game to single digits or a single possession. And there's 45 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game. You got to stop and it's your ball. And like all of a sudden you're cooking. So for him to take that shot, I mean, that was, as Kevin Huerter called it, ballsy. If he made it, it would have been a genius play. If he missed it, it would have been something that the whole internet's talking about. And I think that's the case. So I don't want to like dog Hero for taking that because I do get it. Like it's an open 3 at the end of the day. And like, that's a good shot for a lot of teams. But I don't think there's anything better than a wide open layup. I mean, the points per shot on that one have to be higher than whatever that was that he took. So I did not hear from Spo after the game. I kind of wish I had gone to that media instead of the Bulls, but obviously had to go to the Bulls media. But that was a make or miss. That was a Goon of the Night caliber play from Tyler Hero.
I bet Javon Carter was on that Bulls bench being like, nice play.
Yeah. No, he would have been like, I'd have hit that. I'd have hit that.
Go. We appreciate you, buddy. Get home safe, and we will talk to you on Friday.
Talk to you guys.
All right, go.
That's Will to go. Gottlieb, read his stuff. Bulls Nation, allchgo.com is where you can find his writing. It's great. It's the best. Also, you need to be a CHGO diehard to read most of it.
You
so
really do.
Sign up. What are you waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. We'll knock out a couple more ads and we'll come back. We'll find out who the Goon of the Night is, and probably also we got to talk Modest a little bit more.
We got to get on the Modest.
We got to go talk. We got to get Modest talk.
Yeah, it's true, it's true.
Hit the like.
Hit it. She'll find you. Save yourself.
Are you saying Katie has a particular set of skills?
I didn't say your name. Don't say your name, man. Don't say your name. Monarch Money! You got to get your paper together, ladies and gentlemen. And Monarch Money is the way to do that. Tax season isn't it next week?
Yeah.
The deadline is next week, y'all. You got to have it right and together. You want to get your finances in order, your investments in order. You got everything everywhere. Quit putting stuff on toilet pieces of paper when just right now receipts. No. Monarch Money will store all that stuff for you and help you out. It will be your help. That's what Monarch Money is here to do for you, ladies and gentlemen, because finances can be messy and confusing. Monarch Money acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. Bars. It's more than your average budgeting app. Monarch Money is a complete financial command center for your accounts, investments, and goals. Don't just manage your money. No. Start building wealth at 50% off your first year. Just for the listeners out there, ladies and gentlemen, I use Monarch Money. I am really, really enjoying Monarch Money as somebody that wants to get a better handle on their finances. It is truly, truly helping me out doing those kind of things. And it's right there at the click of a button on the app, y'all. It is right there. And it is there to help you and sorts everything out. You can create a budgeting plan on it as well. Like, it's really awesome, man. Like, I am really thankful that I am using this app. And you will be too, trust me. You can start managing your finances to build the life that you actually want. Monarch makes managing money simple, even for busy lives. With all your accounts, credit cards, and investments in one place, you'll always know where your money stands without a hassle. Track your spending, savings, and investments effortlessly so you can focus on what matters the most, making your biggest life goals a reality. How do I know this app is cool? Well, Big Dave told me. I need more proof than that. Well, it was named Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025. The top recommended personal finance app by users and experts with over 30,000 five-star reviews. It's pretty good. Get control over your finances with Monarch Money. Use the code CHGO at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with that code CHGO. Get your paper together with Monarch Money.
Monarch Money. Postgame tonight also brought to you by Lucy. Are you thinking about leveling up your nicotine routine? If so, why not give the fine variety of products at Lucy a try? I am a tried and true Lucy user myself. These are my Lucy breakers right here. Bam!
Lucy.
Apple Ice, my favorite flavor. These are the breakers that have that little extra burst pouch inside the pouch. A little extra flavor, a little extra hydration. You can also get pouches without the breaker burst in there.
Okay.
You can also get gum if you are a gum chewer, if you prefer your nicotine that way.
They got you.
They also have a bunch of different flavors. They've got minty ones. They've got espresso. They've got fruity ones. They also, whether it be the pouches, the breaker pouches, or the gum, have a wide array of amount of nicotine per piece. So whether you're a big nicotine person or a small nicotine person, doesn't matter. They will find what you need, and you will just enjoy it and go from there.
Yes, you will.
Here's the best part. It just gets delivered straight to your door. Monthly subscription, once a month delivery. You can adjust it. Actually, I need a little bit more. Actually, I need a little bit less. However you want. But it will be delivered straight to your door. Cut out all of those annoying trips to the gas station, to the bodega. As friendly as the bodega man is,
Hello.
you don't need to see him every day, every other day. No! Lucy shows up in your mailbox.
Right there.
So what are you waiting for? If you're thinking about leveling up your nicotine routine, give Lucy a try. They also have a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. So there's no risk. And trust me, you won't change your mind. That's lucy.co. Promo code CHGO2025, and you'll get 20% off your first order. Again, lucy.co, promo code CHGO2025 to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age. Every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. All right, so before we get to Goon of the Night, you want to just speak on Modest a little bit more?
Sure, absolutely.
Because, look, I think first and foremost, you got to credit the way that young man played defense tonight.
Yeah.
He took on a bunch of different defensive assignments.
He did.
Some big, some small, some fast, some slow. I saw him get cooked one time, and it was by Kyle Slow-Mo Anderson. Yeah. Right down the middle. This is like right down the middle of the street. And Modest was like, I don't know how to defend this. This guy is breaking my brain. But I mean, stood tall against Bam on a couple of possessions, stepped out of the perimeter, guarded some quick guards on a couple of possessions. And then down the stretch, Bulls clinging to a precarious lead. Yes, he hit that dagger three in the corner, which you need the stones to take and even bigger stones to make. Before that, 2 possessions before that, that bucket he had where he put the ball on the floor, got inside the paint, bodied that dude, and just laid it up and in off the, like, dude, that was a grown man bucket that Modest had.
That's right.
It takes just as much, if not more confidence, I think, to get that bucket than it does to hit the corner 3 dagger. But he did both of them. Shout out to Modest, man.
Yeah, he played great, man. Like, as people would like to say, it's beyond the numbers for Modest Buzelis and how he played, because those 17 and 4 and those 3 threes that he hit, I can't say enough about what he did defensively, as you were mentioning over there. It was just really amazing, like, to watch him. Like, there were certain plays where he just completely disrupted the flow of what Miami was trying to do. And he was making them pass it to other people that weren't supposed to get the ball within that flow. There was one play in particular where I think it was Tyler Hero drove, and you saw him going to pass it to the guy on the elbow, and Modest Buzelis' hands were in the air and did not move because he was supposed to collapse on the guy who was on the sideline, and he did not. Nope. He kept it up in the air, and it threw everything off that they were trying to do, man. And the Bulls get the ball. Like, it's that kind of stuff that you're watching him do that impresses you so much about being a rookie. And that's what's really cool about it, man. Like, just him being a rookie that way is awesome. And it's not just the shots. Of course, like Matt said, you having the stones to take that shot is big. You know, just shooting it and then giving the mug that he did when he hit that joker was awesome. Letting them know, like, no, dude, I'm that guy. But, Matt, he is playing like he is telling Billy Donovan, you will never put me on the bench again, sir. That is exactly how he's playing. You will never in your life put me on that bench again.
I just got some goosebumps when he said that.
Bro, that's how he's playing. I am the starter, and that is it. We will go from there. I will make these mistakes, and things like that will happen. But you're never taking me out of this game again. It's just not happening, man. And he's earned it. He has really, really earned it. And you heard Billy Donovan from GOAT saying that's what he likes about Modest is the mistakes. Like, he knows he's going to make mistakes. It doesn't deter him in what he's doing. I've been saying that for months about him, man. It's one of the things that I just really enjoy and really like. I'm glad that they're talking about it now, but stuff is catching up at the right time for Modest Buzelis, man. And he is just really turning himself into an NBA player. That's the next step from rookie to NBA player. Some guys can just be, okay, I'm a role player. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here on the bench. No, he's like, I'm an NBA player, dog. Y'all are going to have me on this floor. I'm just really proud of the dude.
You know, not to just like hammer Pat. We covered the fact that Pat had a quiet night off the bench, you know, minus 13, only one of 2 negative plus minuses on the team tonight, and substantially the worst. But it's like when you talk about Giddey Modest, when Billy talks about Modest, not letting a mistake impact him and maintaining confidence in continuing to play the rest of the game and the next possession the right way. Yeah. And that not being a reason for Billy to yank him out of the game anymore. Yeah. Early on, rookie year, I don't love it. Fine, I get it.
Oh, I hate it.
You know who lets a mistake compile into more mistakes? Because it's Pat. Modest ain't doing that.
It was ridiculous.
Pat had a turnover tonight, and then he had 2 more.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Pat misses a shot, then he turns the ball over. He turns the ball over, then he misses a shot. It's like, that is a problem for Pat. That's why he will be nothing more than a role player, I think, for his NBA career. Yeah. And a middling one at best at that. Yeah. Modest, I mean, the way you just said, he's basically, with these performances, stating to Billy clearly, I'm a starter now.
I'm a starter.
Look at me.
Right here.
I mean, I'll be the captain.
Look at me.
I'm a starter now.
I'm the starter now.
And we were talking about it on one of our shows earlier this week. Like, is he going to start Modest in the playing game? That's that playoff game, generously. But does he think, Modest isn't ready for that? Yeah. After this performance in this game tonight, which was, as Goat kept referring it to it, like, it's sort of like a pre-play-in playing game.
Yeah, yeah.
He plays like that. Ain't no way you're not starting him.
No. Ain't no way. And real quick, big shout out to my guy Jamal, who's in town right now. He's taking his daughter to
Bull Central Jamal.
Yeah,
I saw a picture that he posted of him and his kiddos on the flight over here.
Taking her to her Bulls game. I hit him up, told him if he wanted to come by the studio, he could. He's being a family man.
Were they in the Madhouse tonight? Or
no, he'll be there for the Washington game. If I'm
not mistaken. The Wizards.
The Wizards, yeah.
What a battle.
Yeah. Got to get in, baby. But always our guy. Great to see you.
Jamal?
Can we put these hands up in the air?
Let's do it.
Right here, one time. Smack! Katie!
I don't know.
You be ready to slap people, Katie!
To be the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man. Woo!
Hey! He presents Goon of the Night! Yes, it is here, ladies and gentlemen. You know it, you love it, you want it. Here it is. Oh, that was perfect. What a throw. Dang, it's spun and everything.
Dude,
Tight spiral.
there's like 10 hats over here.
and he's happy.
I looked up at one point. I figured there'd be no hats. There
We
were
locked
5.
in home court for the
No
play-in,
hats.
Katie.
Matthew.
I'm throwing hats.
You know,
I'm
thinking
going to
it's,
throw the bucket.
thinking it's no hats. It's going to be a hat up in there. And there it is. It does look like a graveyard. But here it is.
80 down, 82. 80 of 82, Katie.
Goon of the night,
Hats are
ladies and
flying.
gentlemen. Here it is. Hat thrower Matt Peck. Who is your goon of the night?
I mean, candidates everywhere. Worthy candidates everywhere. Goat cast his vote for Tyler Valentine.
Tyler Valentine.
Denzel Hero. Hilarious. Valid. You could nominate Modest. You could nominate Giddey. You could nominate Dalen for his big first half minutes. Knock it down a couple of threes.
Very true.
My nominee, Old Man Vooch.
Oh,
Dude.
old man.
Handful of games
River.
after that trade deadline. Coming out of that All-Star break.
He's done.
Vooch was cooked
He's finished.
and shoveling fried rice in his face on the court. That man did not want to be here. Shout out Fried Rice. Shout out Katie for bringing us dinner tonight. He did not want to be here.
Nope.
It was so evident.
Yeah.
He is a mature professional. He swallowed his pride. He swallowed his frustration and is like, all right, I'll be an example. I'll lead by example for this young team that's out there fighting hard. Good for them.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
He was diving on the floor for loose balls tonight.
He was.
He delivered.
It's massive.
When I told y'all in pregame, he's putting up a double-double tonight. He nearly had a triple-double tonight.
Yeah.
Dude is just, look, Bulls fans' relationship with Vooch has been all over the board, and I would say mostly negative since he arrived.
Yeah.
Some of that I think is valid. Some of it I think is a little too much hate.
True.
But a night like tonight, with the stakes of this game,
Mm-hmm.
Vooch put on whatever padding and ointment he needed to before that game. It was like, all right, y'all, let's get it.
The Bengay game.
He was locked in, man. He
Shout
was
out.
locked in. I got to give Vooch some love tonight.
I like that. Katie.
I want to give a couple shout outs here before I give my real nomination. Number one, Fantasy Cast Podcast had a great nomination.
Hey,
They
what up,
said
Fantasy Cast?
Kimberly for Goon of the Night. I 1000% agree. Kimberly is like the most positive person in our chat.
We love Kimberly.
She's fantastic. We love her. So I want to shout out that nomination. I think
Shout
that was
out.
awesome. And then also Colin Calling for saying Gottlieb for Goon of the Night for choosing a damn Heat player, which I think is great.
Shout out, Colin.
It is a rare and bold thing to do, to nominate an opposing player for Goon of the Night. But, I mean, as much as that Modest dagger was the dagger, Hero taking that shot was the other dagger.
That was the first dagger for the
It was
other
the
dagger.
self-dagger.
Self-dagger.
Happy dagger.
Self-dagger.
As I told the
That was-
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, that was
That's what he
an
did.
R&J
Yes.
dagger right there.
My real pitch here is Modest Buzelis because you can't, with the stare down, like that's the epitome of Goon. It's Modest Buzelis tonight.
I like
With
that.
the young, fresh shaved face.
Yeah. Oh, the face of the baby. Shout out to me for giving Katie a break on singing the Empire jingle too. Shout out to me on that. It won't happen again. Here it is. Doing tonight. You see it. Heard the candidates and also nominees. Well, the winner of Goon of the Night is Kevin Huerter.
Oh, Kevin
Huerter with Goon of the Night. The man carried the team.
Yeah,
In that first, he carried
did.
them.
Yeah.
He was playing out of his mind. I was like, who is this person? We was hitting shots, fadeaway threes, man. Fadeaway threes. I ain't never seen Kevin Huerter like that here on the Bulls team. I haven't seen him like that in years since he was with Atlanta. What he did tonight was key to the Bulls winning. Because like you said, I brought it up in pregame. Who's going to be that dude for the Bulls? Kevin Huerter said, I will answer the call. I'm your Huckleberry. This is for you, Red Velvet. You get this one, sir. Goon of the Night belongs to you. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Shout out also to Henry Manahan in the comments, who said Jerry's popping champagne as we speak. Honestly, honorable mention for Goon of the Night, Jerry Reinsdorf. Could not be a happier person on the planet right now. Bulls got that home game, baby. That gate revenue is basically already in your sweet, precious bank accounts.
You almost made it.
Oh, you thought we were getting out of here without that?
Almost.
We're number 9.
You know
Give
what?
me some money.
For a second, yeah, I kind of did.
Hey,
Shout out Kill Bill.
I have been a very good sport all night. We've been talking about how the Bulls play well tonight.
Yeah, I've been proud of you.
This is great.
It's been a fun game.
If you watch pregame, you know where I am.
Oh, no. I was here.
Of course.
So
now they just got to beat the Heat at home again. Or their season's done.
And also, I want to shout myself out because when we were picking wins, I picked the Bulls to beat the Heat all 4 games because y'all know I'm not picking against the Chicago Bulls over the Heat or the Knicks.
This is true.
It's how I go.
Hate the Heat.
Hate the Heat.
As do
Can't
I.
stand the Knicks. Go to hell.
My levels of hate for the Heat are always high.
Yeah.
Right now, my levels of hate for the Heat and like self-hatred for the people who run my team are like neck and neck. Neck and frickin' neck, y'all.
This is fair. They made you walk off set twice for yourself for your hatred of the team. So yeah, I get it.
Hey, I have one more piece of business.
Piece of business?
And I think it could earn me like a post-Goon nomination.
Okay.
Do you remember when we were watching the game and you guys were talking about how one former coworker of ours would always find you like the craziest
Shout out
stash?
Manny.
Shout out to Manny.
Shout out Manny.
NBC
Miss you.
Sports Chicago. What a guy.
Well, Dave said, I wonder if Modest plays better with or without the facial hair. And I decided to
Tell
find
me you
those
haven't
stats.
already tracked that.
Oh, I already did it.
Oh,
How?
yeah.
And here are the stats.
Let's go.
How?
So much smaller sample size with no facial hair here. Only 11 games versus 67 with facial hair. But, you know, points per game has the edge on facial hair. Field goal percentage has the edge. And then when you get down to like rebounds, with facial hair has the edge.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause he's a
you know,
man.
confusing stats, but the difference in sample size plays a huge role.
Not confusing to me. I completely understand it.
Okay, you just made those numbers up. How did you track?
No, I didn't.
How did you find out every game of however like 70-some games Modest has played this season, whether or not he had facial hair in all of them?
I went on our photo service that I used to make our thumbnails and everything to get photos, and I looked at whether or not he had facial hair for every game he played this season. And then I just, you know, I jotted down those dates, and then I found the stats for those dates combined, and then I combined those dates with the other dates, and then I averaged them. And there you go. And that, by the way, that includes tonight where he was clean shaven.
Of course. Matt is impressed.
Producer of the year. Oh my God. That is insane work.
It's good stuff.
Nonsense, but I love it.
It's good stuff.
It's just like when we had Manny
We're
find out
all
the stats
about
for Zachy Blue
Suck
Shoes
it,
versus
Manny.
not Zachy Blue Shoes.
And who was asking for Zachy Blue Shoes? More nonsense, baby. Me. I need all this stuff. This is important work.
My God.
This is important work.
Let's shout out some super chats and then we'll get out of here for the night, shall we?
Let's do stuff.
Super chats. Willem Surveys saying Modest is a great defender and cutter, rookie of the year. Don't know if he's going to win. If he had played as many minutes all season as he's played over the last 25, maybe.
Thanks, Pat.
Coby staying confident despite a poor start. Why he has won over Chicago. Enough said about Joshua G.
Not enough said, but he's playing well.
might be enough said for some people.
Oh, fair.
Like the ones putting a contract in front of him.
Fair.
Manny Ledesma with a super chat saying you could tell White was hurting all game. Yeah, he came up limping early.
That's the other question I was going to ask.
And then like maybe was that part of why he was struggling and then just like, you know, gritted his teeth and got through it with that big fourth quarter performance.
Yeah, let's see.
We'll be curious to see if he pops up on the injury report tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he should rest.
These last 2 games against the Wizards and the Sixers.
Yeah.
Why play Coby?
Why?
Because integrity, Dave. Kimberly with a super chat saying, so happy to see Io with the team. Yeah, that was a nice moment when the broadcast cut to him there. One hardcore arm sling brace contraption. Yeah, that dude had himself some surgery. Fantasy Cast podcast. Oh, that's not a super chat. Just saying seriously. CHGO Bulls. Oh, this one up here. Ant-Man, Mello, Hallie, Mitchell, Hero. Hey,
might want to take Hero off of there,
it's
sir.
It's our friend.
Might want to get rid of Hero.
Yeah. Subtract Hero, put in Valentine. Saying, Peck, is Giddey max possible in restricted free agency? If so, do we match?
Is the max possible? Theoretically, yes. It's possible. It's not. I don't believe it'll be offered by the Nets to him. But theoretically, sure, it'll be possible. He's not leaving Chicago.
It is not possible for some other team that isn't the Bulls offer him a max. Correct. Nobody has that cap space.
Yeah.
So that's not possible. So should the Bulls match a max? Question is irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's null and void. Should the Bulls?
The Nets are it.
Yeah. Should the Bulls offer Josh Giddey max? I think you all know my answer / opinion to that question. Everybody's entitled to their own.
Yeah. I can't go it because it's not gonna happen. He won't be offered it. Especially by the only team that can, he won't get it, but he'll get a check. He'll be here. He's not leaving Chicago. 1-year deal.
Last comment. Merrick Joe saying, "Do that stat for Johnny Furphy when he can grow facial hair."
That's on the episode 6.
Oh man,
in season 4. The Furfinator.
Appreciate the super chats, all. You're welcome, man. We got plenty of time to talk Giddey contract. I'm sure it'll be a hot topic.
Oh my gosh,
when the bowl season ends, whenever that is.
Fuego.
We got at least 2 and now 3 more games.
It's true.
Maybe 4, maybe 7. We don't know. The Bulls are off tomorrow, as are we.
Yeah.
Then the Bulls are back in action on Friday.
Bulls are back.
Taking on the Wizards. We will be here for a live pregame show, 6:30 Central Time. Before that, 7 p.m. tip.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, again, read the GOAT. AllCHGO.com. Become a CHGO diehard so you can read all of his stuff on top of all the other perks, like the discounts on our merch, the discounts on our fun events, including our Bears tailgates, access to that fun diehard Discord where we're hanging out with our diehards all the time.
Yeah.
And follow Will_Gottlieb, Big Dave Bow, BWL Sports.
Bow.
I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Shout out to the one and only incredible producer pulling stats out of nowhere
She aight.
on modest facial hair. Katie Dovey.
She cool.
Hit the like for Katie on your way out. Hit the like for yourself on the way out. We will talk to you on Friday. Much love. See you right again.
Ric Flair, what up? Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.